The moment in question is right after they've met up with the Tin Man, and as the trio does their chorus of "We're off to see the wizard," and they march down the yellow brick road. In the distance is supposedly this hanging Munchkin. What it is in reality is, MGM's attention to detail. In Baum's book, he talked about, birds, exotic birds and things. So, MGM went to the Los Angeles Zoo and rented out things like, a big crane, as in the bird, a source crane. And you see this bird kind of meandering around in other scenes, but it's that you see in the background, where as they're marching towards this bird, it either is startled or something, or it's stretching. It causes it to stretch its wings. But when the camera is focused on the principals in the foreground, the background is going to be blurred, or vice versa. Either you're focusing on one or the other. And somebody just decided that, okay, that looks like something moving, that is a person that just hanged themselves.
So here's the thing, Josh. This actually started in the late 60s, early 70s. I started hearing, but it wasn't, people weren't claiming it was a suicide. People were thinking it was a technician that somehow wandered into the scene. The Wizard of Oz was never originally intended to be seen on a screen as small as television sets were in the 1960s and 70s, and so on. And so, yeah, and so people weren't sure exactly what they were seeing. They knew they were seeing something. And it's only really been in recent years that there's been this explosion of what's it called, an urban legend or an urban myth that someone hung themselves. Anyone who is maintaining that happened on the set of a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer film doesn't understand the filmmaking process. Right. There would have been at least, at a minimum, 50 people standing behind the camera on set. And the majority of the little people weren't even in Culver City at the time that scene was shot. There is no way anyone, I don't care who they were, would have been able to wander onto that set and surreptitiously scale a tree and hang themselves. It's a ridiculous myth that people, for whatever reason, continue to perpetuate because they want to see something dark and mysterious about behind the scenes of this movie.